Hi, everyone, and welcome to Who Threw the Curve. And today we have Samantha again. Wow, we get New Jersey Samantha in the house. Is that like you live near Jersey Shore?
No, I'm like an hour and a half away.
Oh, that's weird. So you live in the farmland.
No, I live in the city. I told you previously.
Oh, okay.
I'm closer to Philly, so I like live in a perfect spot.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't like Philly anyway, but that's with that said, we have an interesting topic, and today we're going to be talking about uh, how Gen Z women are painting faces to ward off males or their gaze, and it's called the art of approachability. Yeah, on that, I, I mean, now that I read the article, it kind of explains. It sheds some light on some of the women that I've seen with all these ridiculous amount of colors on their face. Um, now I understand because I definitely didn't want to look at them because I never liked clowns as a kid, so I'm not gonna like clowns as an adult. However, is that a thing? You being a woman? I mean, you don't wear makeup. You look great, right? So I could sit here and talk to you, just look at you, right? But if you have all this ridiculous makeup on, I might be like, oh God, what's going on?
Um, I'll be very honest. I didn't even know that was a thing until I read the article also. I mean, sometimes I think girls be doing too much. As a girl, I think girls do too much. The thing is, a lot of these girls, some men love all the makeup and they think it's a great thing and kudos to them. But I've, listen, I've gone to the laundromat or the grocery store looking like I was homeless, because I just want to be in and out. I, the bummy hair, I've gone out of my house without brushing my hair, pajamas with the holes inside. And then you still have those, one or two men that are like, oh, hey, Ma, you're looking good. And it's like, no, I don't, but okay, peace
It's
out.
part of that whole thing we had on a couple of seconds ago on perception. You might have thought you looked beat up, but obviously they thought you looked great.
Apparently, I didn't beat up enough that day. It's
So
men, sorry, but men are men sometimes. They're going to approach you whether you look like, homeless Betty across the street, and even if you look like the Crayola character. Like, it's just,
yeah, I
I
mean,
don't understand the whole there's makeup for men to avoid women. I don't get it.
I always thought that like I was reading and I did some research myself on it because the article was good. It shed some light on, but I want to know if that damn is a real thing. But they were talking on some of the research that I pulled out on the Gen Z, and it's always the Gen Z. I don't know what's wrong with them. It's like almost, and it's funny because it's almost like they were abused, but they're not really abused because we can't even hit a Gen Z kid. If we hit a Gen Z kid, we go to jail. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know. I feel like I was born right before that. I was like, that's perfect.
So I don't know what the hell is wrong with Gen Z kids, but I heard something about the feminist revolution. What does that mean? Like, is that
I don't know.
so
I don't know.
you paint your
It's,
face, and that's supposed to be like, at the end of the day, it's Gen Z that started all this crazy shit with the we, she, they. It's like, where did all this weird stuff come from? It's like just alone. If you told me that, you didn't even have to have makeup. When you start, I had somebody come into an office that I work in, and the lady was my age, and she was born in my time. When I referred to her as, I forgot, I think it was Miss or Mrs. And she said, no, I like to be called we. I was like, nah. And I told her straight up, I said, nah, come on, lady. I said, you were born in my time. We don't stop that. I just told her that, stop that. Stop it. Stop that shit.
I don't know where that came from. They, them, we, it. Like, oh, that's the other thing. Like, now you have to call babies it's, and they can't choose their gender till they're four. I,
Oh,
That's one of those things that I don't pay no mind to because I don't have the patience and the energy.
oh man. No, it's crazy on how that whole all these concepts. But this woman thing, like I don't I don't know. Like you're definitely not only gonna ward men off, but if you constantly put on a lot of like some makeup, like a little bit of makeup is okay. If a woman is putting on a lot of makeup, is definitely gonna raise a red flag to me because I'm gonna be like, oh, that chick is gonna look different in the morning when I get up and I roll over and look at her face.
Well, some women actually, and I've read articles that they wake up before these guys do to put a face of makeup on to look decent. And I'm like, that
No, really?
I'm the most, I consider myself like the most laziest female because I don't have the energy to do that. During the week, I wake up at 6 in the morning to get my son to school, and I woke up early today, but that's about it. Like, I'm not,
Yo, that
I've been with my fiance for 10 years. He knows how I look at
10
this point. When I'm
years.
sick, yeah, no.
You kind of beat the average. 10 years. Wow. So
Yeah.
is your fiance Puerto Rican?
Mexican and Colombian.
Oh, because I was saying he's with you 10 years and you're engaged. That sounds like a Puerto Rican marriage. We just get engaged and live together forever.
At this point, it's just Hispanic culture.
Yeah, we just like, yeah, we're engaged, but we're gonna get married in 20 years, 25 years. Yeah, after we have 10 kids, we'll be all right.
We're pushing it on the 10 kids part.
But the 10 years, that's a long time. Obviously, you don't put on makeup because you still want to keep him.
I just don't have the patience to do it all the time. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say I never put makeup. Like right now, I'm wearing mascara and I put a lip oil because of some chapped lips.
But
But like
that's
if I go
enough.
out, like if we do a date night, I'll do a nice makeup, but I don't sit there 2 hours doing my makeup.
But do you see, like, I see women, they take like almost 2 to 3 hours. They put this like thing on first. I don't even know what they call it. And then they put something else like a primer. It's like you're painting a car, and they just put all these different things before they actually put the real paint on.
And it's like different colors. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. I love watching certain makeup tutorials, but I'm more of the natural look. Like I want to be neutral, I want to be natural, but I just.
And did you ever see
And
them
the
when
other
they're
thing is
sweating? They
too,
start melting.
that's the thing. And I learned my lesson on that one time. I was like, oh, let me try a full face one day, and it was in the middle of August, and never again. I learned my lesson.
You start melting. You start looking like you had plastic surgery and it just started to melt.
Yeah,
It,
it's a lot. It's just too much.
but the strangest thing is like, why would you want to do that to? I get it. It's a self expression, but if you want to ward off men, just flick them the finger and tell them to go fuck themselves. Why you got to put on like ridiculous amount of makeup?
I 100% agree on that. Because again, men have approached me and I'm like, don't talk to me. Leave me alone. And
Yeah,
then you have that, because I have a very serious face, especially, like I said, at the grocery store.
you got
I
you
just
got
want to get my food and be out.
you got a resting bitch face.
Absolutely. And then you get those one guy, oh, why don't you put a smile on your face? If I wanted to smile, I'd be smiling. Now leave me alone. Like, and
The
that I think makes men run away in itself. So I
the
feel like that's good enough. But to put a whole makeup for it, I don't know. And then the other thing is like so much makeup ruins your skin. Like and then you have to do a whole skincare
you got
regimen. To,
holes.
yeah, and then it's like don't get me wrong. I do skincare to keep my face hydrated, moisturized. That's it. And again, the once in a blue makeup. But to do that every day, to put a whole cake on your face, like
So nobody talks to you. Just don't talk to anybody and show them that you're antisocial. They're not going to talk to you.
That's my tea.
So obviously, I don't know. They're just weird. I guess it's an individual choice, and if you want to, I don't know what type of expression that is, but if the girl that was saying that she does it to ward off men, they got to be some type of repellent. Wear bad perfume.
Yeah, I don't know. And then she was like also saying that she's been with her boyfriend 3 years, so she don't want guys approaching her. I don't know. I also feel like that's a little bit of a red flag. I don't know. I feel like, are you really warding off men, or are you just trying to get
Get attention.
attention?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's the other thing.
Because
I
guess
could be
what?
wrong. I don't know. I'm judging.
No, I think you're on point because guess what? I probably would never notice that person, but now that you got tons of makeup and your eyelashes are hitting me on my forehead, guess what? You have my attention. So
Right.
I think you're kind of right. I mean, it's probably if you ask me, it's more for the attention, like than getting away. Because at the end of the day, you got my attention. I'm gonna be like, oh, now the other part is, am I gonna like that or I'm not? But you got my
Right.
but you got my attention. Before you would have probably
Doesn't mean
not.
it's good attention, but it's attention.
Yeah, you probably before you would have probably never got my attention, or maybe you would have, but I would have probably not gave you the attention. Maybe I would have glimpsed at you and kept walking. But now I'm gonna stare at you. I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna give you that awkward stare, like, or I'll,
Right.
or I'll just say something. Oh, that looks really really nice. That was kind of creative. you kind of use you kind of use all the colors in the rainbow spectrum. Looks really good. You wear that well.
Yeah. It's just I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I come from a family that was just upfront. So if you don't want the attention, you don't want somebody coming up to you, just say it. You're doing all this extra for what?
But what I do notice, though, and then in this aspect, I can understand that you're warding off men. The LGBTQ plus whatever alphabet letters are included into that, they, the women, they wear a lot of makeup.
I wouldn't. I honestly don't know.
Yeah, they kind of like not like the male, not like the butch chicks, but excuse me, I don't know if the term butch, but you know what? Write in my comments. Everybody else does. But like the female lesbians that actually look feminine, they wear a lot of makeup. And I could see that maybe they're trying to ward off men because they still have that female aspect about them. Though they're lesbian, but they still look and act like a female, unlike the what I call the butch ones. They they look like dudes or they dress like dudes. They wear no makeup, they wear baggy pants, baggy clothes. So I could see that. And then of course the transgender chicks or dudes, they wear a lot.
I mean, I don't have a lot of knowledge on the community as far as that.
Oh, I live in New York. It's all full of the community.
I guess it makes sense. I just I don't know, but I feel like if a guy was to approach a lesbian and she just says I'm a lesbian, I feel like they're like, oh my bad. I don't
They
know
they sometimes they don't really believe it. You know why? Because
because
they feel like they're lying to them.
that's true too. I don't know. I said I had no knowledge on that, so I wouldn't know. Yeah, he's in the background.
He's like, "What the fuck is she doing?" Um, yeah, I would see that again. I would see that because you live in a farmland. There's hardly any lesbians over there, but over here in New York City, we have a big. The community is big, and I have a lot of friends that are all. And again, because I also worked at one point, I was running Gold's Gym, which I constantly say was 90% gay. So I have a lot of gay friends that I stood with from back in the days for the 10 years that I was running that gym. So I'm not an expert in the community, but I'm well informed. And it's funny when they hit on me. My go-to saying, so I don't offend anybody, is, you know what? I appreciate that you're hitting on me, but I'm not up to that level in my life yet. But when I do get there, you'd be the first one I call. That's what I tell them.
Um,
um, but yeah, they kind of wear a lot of especially the transgender, or not even the transgender, but what do you call them?
I know drag does,
Who?
like the drag
Oh
queen.
yeah, the drags. That's what I was thinking. The drags, they wear a lot of makeup, but that's
But
their
I
thing.
think they do that more for entertainment.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's their thing of entertainment. But for regular girls, I don't know what's up with them. Yeah,
Right.
stop lying to yourself. You don't want to ward off men. You want men to look at you.
That's honestly what I think it is. Like it's more because some people don't care how they get attention, whether it's positive or negative, and it's
Well, I always say, uh, negative attention is the best attention to get. Because you know what? And this is because I own businesses and I've been running business for a minute. I always get when I have positive attention, I get a little like this and that. When I have negative attention, they buy shit. So I'd rather have negative attention all day. They actually share me. They share the posts or whatever, only because they dislike or supposedly they dislike it, and they show it to everybody. So guess what? Out of 10 people they share, maybe 5 people like it and they'll buy. So I take negative attention all day.
yeah,
You know, it's
it
like
makes sense.
positive. It's like, oh, I like that. Yeah. How about buying something? But with that said, I think, I mean, wear makeup, but if you're doing it for the sake of warding men off, you may ward men off, but you also are going to attract all men to look at you. And then at that point in time, the men are going to make the decision, well, yeah, I was kind of scared of clowns as a kid. And that's all I have. You have anything else on that one?
Not really. Just I don't know. Do what you want to do at the end of the day, but
With that said,
that's what you said.
don't forget to share us, like us, subscribe, and also if you have issues with what I said, don't forget to go into the comment box and we could just go at each other. I have a lot of negative things to say about negative people and positive people. With that said, thank you, and we'll see you on the next segment.